What's up everyone, my name is Frank, hope you're having a great day today. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the Asus ROG Raikiri Pro controller. I use a ton of ROG products, so I have very high expectations for this controller. Now, let's put it to the test and see if it's worth the buy. Today's video is made possible by Megamods. A huge shout out to them for supplying the controller in today's video. Megamods has a new and improved sleek website which is easier to navigate and more streamlined. They create top tier elite custom modded and esports ready controllers. They are also providing customization for the Steam Deck. If you're interested in purchasing one of their products, make sure to click on my affiliate link found down below in the description to save a couple of bucks on your next purchase. If you're all ready for this video, smash that like button and let's get started. Asus introduced the Republic of Gamers, a ROG brand, in 2006 with the goal of creating the world's most powerful and versatile gaming computers. They have since pushed the boundaries and strive to create premium gaming devices, accessories, and peripherals to elevate the gaming experience. They were also the first to start the trend of RGB lighting on gaming peripherals. Asus ROG offers two officially licensed Xbox controllers, the ROG Raikiri and ROG Raikiri Pro. They both offer Xbox, PC, and mobile support, but the Raikiri Pro offers more connectivity options, two more back buttons, and an OLED screen. The ROG Raikiri Pro is priced at $170 USD plus tax or $199 Canadian plus tax. The main competitors are the Xbox Elite Series 2, Razer Wolverine V2 Chroma, Victrix Gambit, and PowerA Fusion Pro 3. The box has an eye-catching design with a matte finish and glossy accents. The traditional product information is found throughout the box. Opening up the box will reveal a sleek matte black box finished with ghosted black glossy accents, a very cool effect. The front lid has a protective foam padding to keep the controller secured. The controller is snug in place and won't move during transport. I'll get to the controller in just a second, but for now, let's set it to the side. The base is made of cardboard, and removing it will reveal the user manuals and the 9-foot long braided USB Type-C cable. And that's all that's in the box. Feels a bit strange to say. Usually these gaming controllers are loaded with plenty of accessories. Holding the controller for the first time feels similar to the standard Xbox controller, and all the buttons are in its usual locations. The controller definitely stands out with its design and looks like a serious gaming controller. The OLED screen is placed right at the top. The right side design is a translucent plastic that has a smoky effect which shows a cybernetic design underneath. The left side is opaque but has a cool subtle design in the form of ROG lettering. The bottom has the 3.5mm headphone port and a mic mute button. For those who use a wired headset, will benefit from the high quality ESS DAC system. On the back of the controller, we have the USB Type-C port, two buttons to control the OLED screen. The triggers are equipped with a one-position trigger lock system. The four back paddles are fairly large and placed towards the center. The 2.4 GHz dongle is tucked away in a hidden magnetic compartment on the back for safekeeping. There is a nice textured grip that's etched onto the plastic handles and provides good feeling. The controller as a whole feels very solid, and when gripping tight doesn't have any play in its components. The magic really happens when the controller is turned on. The OLED screen lights up to display the animated ROG wallpaper and the LED lights come to life. The controller's design is stunning and by far a top looking gaming controller that lives up to the ROG styling. There are a few connection options, but they are somewhat limited. The controller can be connected via Bluetooth 5.0 for PC, tablets, and smartphones. For a faster PC wireless connection, it's best to use the 2.4 GHz dongle. For the fastest connection possible, use a provided 9-foot long braided USB Type-C cable. It's well built and has the ROG logos. Keep in mind that you can only use the controller wired on Xbox. There is no wireless support whatsoever. Although there is some movement with the USB Type-C connection when plugged into the controller, it's well in place and won't get disconnected while gaming. For those who game wirelessly, it's important to note that the controller has an outstanding battery life of about 48 hours when turning off the lighting effects and vibrations. With everything on, I was getting about 14 hours of battery life, which is still very good. The face buttons feel standard and don't offer any improvement compared to the stock Xbox. The circular D-pad comes installed and feels great to use with a nice responsive tactile feeling. However, the D-pad is not interchangeable, so it might feel awkward to use in some game genres. We've seen from other controllers that swapping out D-pads is fairly easy to do, and Asus should have included this feature, which would give gamers an extra customization option. The thumbsticks have a nice grip ring texture, which feels great, but ultimately they feel standard and don't offer any performance gain. There are multiple of interchangeable thumbstick designs on the market, from magnetic to snap-on, all which are easy to implement. But Asus again missed the mark here by not implementing this simple feature. This leaves gamers with no stock thumbstick customization options. The bumpers look and feel similar to the Xbox with a large surface area and good response, but doesn't offer any competitive improvements or enhanced grips. The triggers unfortunately follow the same format, but do have a one-position trigger lock system. Simply slide the trigger lock button to engage. The trigger will now have a shorter throw, stopping just before halfway. This is good to improve fire and response time in FPS games, but these trigger stops are by far the best. The trigger is still being pressed down a decent amount. Asus should have included a shorter stopping distance with the tactile mouse click design. With my natural grip on the controller, my fingers are awkwardly fighting to stay on the paddles. I'm just barely reaching them and catching the edges. Feels very uncomfortable to use, and my fingers don't naturally rest in that position. The paddles, I feel, are placed way too much towards the middle when they should have been located on the edges where your fingers naturally grip. All four paddles are fairly large, but don't offer any real grip. The plastic used makes your fingers slide off. The bottom two paddles have a nice angled shape, but don't feel as responsive and clicky as the top two. The paddles are definitely suited for those with larger hands and longer fingers. The design is not ergonomic whatsoever and makes for using the paddles a very awkward feeling and not natural. The last thing you want in an intense gaming situation is to have to think about using the paddles when that should come naturally. The OLED screen is 1.3 inches and 128 by 40 pixels. The screen is navigated by using the top left button as a back button and the top right button to scroll by pressing and to enter by holding. To turn on the screen, press any of the two top buttons. Now, press and hold the right button to enter into the menu. Once in the menus, the screen's main function is to first choose profiles. There are a total of 4 profiles that can be set up. Second, choose wallpaper layouts. Plenty of options to pick from. Third, check the controller status, such as profile, battery life, connection method. 4, in the system section, this allows you to choose connection method, PC Xbox, Bluetooth 2.4 GHz, and wired. 5th, you can set screen off times. And 6, set screen brightness. Navigating through the menus does take a bit of time, but after using the screen for a few times and getting past the cool factor, it feels useless, adding no real benefit to the gaming experience. It's cool that you can have different wallpapers, but you'll never utilize that during gaming. And the screen offers no real customization settings that are important other than choosing profiles and connection method. You aren't able to remap the back buttons, adjust controller sensitivities, or vibrations. The screen essentially has no real purpose in aiding gamers. The Armoury Crate software is a must to set up the controller's profiles, assigning the back buttons, and maximizing the controller's full potential. First, connect your controller to your PC via the USB cable, and then open up the Armoury Crate app. You'll be greeted by the device info page. Start off by heading into the settings section, which will allow you to first adjust the trigger sensitivity and dead zones. Next section is the Thumbsticks, which will allow you to choose response curves, fine-tune it, and adjust dead zones. Next, you'll be able to configure the 4 back buttons, as well as setting them up as joystick sensitivities. I've noticed that the app does take a moment to think and save your action. Controller vibrations can also be adjusted to the desired level. There are plenty of RGB lighting settings and effects to choose from. In the power section, you can adjust notification and alert settings for the battery and sleep function. You can update the controller's firmware. And lastly, adjust the OLED wallpaper. There are plenty of options to choose from, and you're also able to upload your own as well as create custom text. The app has a great design, easy to use, and great for those who want to dive deep in fine-tuning settings. The only negative is that it's a must to use since you aren't able to configure anything directly from the controller. The Asus ROG Raikiri Pro is a stunning controller that looks the part of a top pro controller. It definitely hits the ROG design standards with its beautifully designed front shell with eye-catching RGB lighting, OLED screen, upgraded headset audio, trigger stops, and a powerful app. But the controller as a whole falls very short of the ROG motto of being a top gaming product. For a product that's designed for the Xbox, its compatibility with the Xbox feels like an afterthought due to it only accepting wired play. The controller is more catered towards PC and mobile players. The controller also feels more like a gimmick, and their design focus was put in the wrong places. They should have omitted the OLED screen and focus on what's important to gamers, such as upgrading the face buttons, offering swappable D-pads and thumbsticks, micro switch style bumpers and triggers, and a more ergonomic back button design. There is absolutely no customization options to aid in player comfort, which is common in most pro controllers. The back paddles need to be redesigned to accommodate various hand sizes. Using them honestly feels like a chore. As someone who uses a lot of ROG products, I'm going to have to say to pass on this controller. It's simply not worth the price and doesn't compete with the pro gaming controllers in this category. If you have any question what I spoke about in today's video, I'll be leaving a link down below to join the Megamods forum. Hop on and ask your questions. Myself and Megamods will be there to assist you. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below in the video and hit me up on social media. It is always a pleasure hearing from you guys and helping out my community. You guys are all amazing. Many more review videos to come, so stay tuned. If y'all enjoyed watching this video, make sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and share with your friends. Greatly appreciated. If you are new to my channel, check me out for the very first time. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with my content, and don't forget to press that bell to become part of my notification squad. A huge shout out to the sponsors, to new subscribers, to Sparrow Troopers. You guys are all amazing. Thank you for the support. Everyone, have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this video, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.